This is for every single person. If you've ever felt embarrassed, judged, or uncomfortable about being single, then make sure to watch this video because today we're talking about single shaming. Hey love, it's Magda K. Welcome to my channel, the place for you to get all the tips, inspiration, and techniques to enjoy the most amazing, fulfilling, intimate life. And let's talk about single shaming. What is single shaming? Well, it's anything that makes you feel like there's something wrong with you, like you're not good enough, that you're worse than the people who are in a relationship, or also any form of rights that are not necessarily equal for those single and with a partner. So single shaming is a big issue because, first of all, a relationship should not determine your self-worth or self-esteem. It also should not impact your right to living the most amazing life. And especially these days where so many people are single, whether by choice or because they cannot find someone. This is affecting so many people. So I think it's time we spoke about it and stopped it. Now, I do want to add a few things into this conversation. So I am in no way saying that being single is better than being in a relationship. I think there are unique, beautiful benefits to being in a partnership, and there are some benefits that are only available when we are in a relationship. Now, I'm also aware that there are a lot of people who stay away from relationships because they are not willing to step up. They don't want to take responsibility, and so they don't get into relationships because they just want to take, not necessarily give, whether because they are not able to or they don't want to. So I understand that a lot of people are single because they don't want to act better, and they should. And lastly, there are so many people who are single, even though they don't want to, they simply struggle to meet someone. Well, in this case, single shaming is really not helping. It's like rubbing salt in the wound. So single shaming is not always intentional. Sometimes it's the little things we say, the little joke, some things we're used to doing that make single people, basically feel like shit. So we have all of these weird jokes, like for example, cat lady, if we have a single woman who owns a cat. So there's all of these embarrassing things that we do. So sometimes you may not necessarily be intentional and still act in a way that really feels hurtful to a single person. And then we do have intentional shaming. So for example, last year I posted a video on my channel talking about how I turned 37 and that I felt for the first time in my life kind of oldish. If you guys go to see this video, you'll see so many extremely rude comments saying, you're too old, you're never gonna find a husband, you can just forget about dating. Like, it was just packed with so much hate. So yeah, people do that. And so this is why I really want to speak about single shaming, because I think it's something we really should stop. So single shaming isn't just something that women experience. Now, generationally, yes, women have been shamed for being single way more than men. This is the reality that women needed a husband to survive. And so if a woman wasn't able to get a husband, it was considered sort of a failure, like she was kind of doomed. But men get single shamed as well. So something that I have heard from many, many men, especially if they're younger, if they are not dating anyone, quite often their family may start saying like, oh, are you gay? What's wrong with you? And in our society, this gay label is still considered negative. So men feel embarrassed. They feel like they're being shamed by their family members, especially the father figure, if they are not bringing a woman home. So often we actually feel pity for single people, and that actually shows our beliefs that it's better to be in a relationship than be single. It's like we sometimes treat single people as being single was some sort of a disability. And then notice how often single people are kind of pushed they're in some way penalized and they're pushed to just kind of have to fit and squeeze because it's not as easy to accommodate for them. So think of traveling somewhere and renting rooms or sitting at a table. Well, here we have couples. Of course, they have to sit together. Well, you're single, so you can go and sit on the other side. All of these things really don't feel good because single people are not treated equally. So I want to offer a different perspective. So I think the big problem is that we look at relationships as a zero-sum game. So if you are in a relationship, yay, you're winning. If you're single, you're losing. And we don't look at the spectrum. So there's plenty of people who are single, who are super happy and very fulfilled. And there's plenty of people who are in a relationship who are miserable. And then we have people who are not leaving these bad relationships because they don't want to be judged and feel embarrassed for being single. And this actually can be an issue when we feel stuck in a toxic or abusive relationship, and that truly happens. In over a decade of working with men and women, I've seen relationships where a partner was unable to leave an abusive relationship because they were so afraid what would people say if they were single again. Then I really want to also remind you that we have tons of deeply unhappy relationships, sexless marriages, also loveless marriages. So I don't quite understand why we have this idea that being in a relationship is an accomplishment, is a success. I think we should be focusing on what kind of a relationship you're in. So notice we don't ever ask each other, hey, are you in a happy relationship? Are you in a healthy relationship? Instead, we just ask, are you in a relationship? And if the answer is yes, then yes, awesome. So I feel we should be really focusing more on our happiness and not chase a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship, but chase feeling good, having our needs met. So being single can actually be a very courageous choice for a person to choose their happiness and well-being over being in a relationship that just doesn't feel good or is unhealthy. Being in a relationship means that someone is taking time to really tune into themselves and see, is this person good for me? Is this relationship good for me? Because sometimes we can be so fast just jumping into relationships and not really think if it's something that supports us. So I think we should be cherishing and really encouraging people to take these moments of being single because it allows them to make better decisions in their dating life. And also, this is the time when you can really build a relationship with yourself. Because when we are dating someone, naturally we start tuning into their needs, their desires, our energies blend, and it's more difficult to know what is it that I want, what do I need, where my boundaries are. So being single allows you to strengthen the relationship with yourself and get to know yourself better. These are good things. Okay, these are good things, and it would be beautiful if we could actually promote them. So my point, my love, is some single people choose to be single, and it's a beautiful choice because they want to get to know themselves better. They don't want to be stuck in a bad relationship. We should support it. And those who are single because they can't find someone, really, let's not make it more painful for them. Now, I have a little home play for you because talking is one thing, but doing is something else. So for everyone who is single, here is a little task for you. I want you to think and write down 3 things that you love about being single. Whether you want to be single or if you're currently unintentionally being single, I want you to find the best part about it. What makes this time of your life so special? What can you celebrate about being single? And then I want you to post it on your Instagram and tag me. My Instagram is MagdaKOfficial, so make sure that I am tagged so I can reshare your story and celebrate you together with you. My love, I hope that you enjoyed this video. For all the single people, I hope you're feeling more courageous and good about yourself. For all the people who maybe have shamed single people, I hope that you got a new perspective today. If you like this video, please like it. Please subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell icon to get notified to watch more videos like this. And make sure to follow me on Instagram, MagdaKOfficial as well. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next week. Bye!